Yo, welcome back to another Topic Talk. I actually shot this one already, but I deleted the VOD. Wow, what a dumbass. Like, what were you doing? Anyway, we gotta shoot it again. So this Topic Talk 1, aka Topic Talk Regular. We talk about Smash and all the other good stuff that's going on in the gaming sphere. I'm TK Breezy. If you've never been here, well, cool. Welcome to the channel. I just came back from BOBC this weekend. It was cool. It was in Vancouver. Vancouver has no nightlife, but it's a pretty city. We took a lot of cool pictures, and the tournament itself was actually great. There was a lot of Japanese players that showed up. The top 8 was super interesting because of the spread in it. There was like a Banjo in it. There was Snake. There was a Min Spargo, so he was in there. You know, we had Riddles popping off as well. Had some good showing from that top 8. We had Jigglypuff in there as well too. Yoshi, like it was just a nice top 8. So very happy to see that in comparison to the top 8s that we have been seeing a lot of, which has been like Snake, Sonic, Game & Watch. You know, those days may be gone. There's little corn action as well in there too. So love to see it. Love to see the advancements. Also got to do some Tekken 8 there with Jay Wong. That was a fun block. Hope to do more blocks with Jay Wong in the future. And I did a Street Fighter block as well. I haven't done Street Fighter in a while, but I definitely did a Street Fighter block as well, and that was a good time too. But yeah, it was just overall, like, it was a good tournament. I would go back to Vancouver again. I do think I need a bit more money than I went with, because I wasn't really trying to spend that much money because I didn't have that much money. So I was like, you know what, let's just chill out, and then when I get money, we'll go crazy. That's when I get money. Anyway, yeah, it was a cool time. So we got some stuff coming over for that weekend though. All together that doesn't have anything to do specifically with like the tournament itself, but it's just stuff that happens at the end of tournaments when people start think piecing online and stuff. And so I think first we'll start with the is Cody boring discourse, which has been all over the timeline for quite some time. Cody being IBDW, he changed his name, I think, to Cody Schwab now, but currently #1 player in Melee. And this is what they had to say about it. People were like, yo, well, Slime was like, people aren't dumb for thinking Cody is a boring guy, but it's also okay to be boring. But also, there's a reason the dot captivated us and that viewership goes down by thousands when Mango is out. We are drawn to characters and stories, for a better or for worse. We shouldn't fight it, right? And then we got the way in which Cody is boring is unfortunately a precise cocktail designed to erode all types of character and mystery from his public person, which honestly is kind of poetic considering the god glazing that has been seen in this scene for decades. Is it a good game? Is it good for the game? No, but it is okay to get smaller and less interesting, which is also something that at large not Cody fault. Thanks contract and Wayne, and it's normal. The core heads stick around. The top 8 slop eaters pop in when someone goes on a run and until the grain wars take us. Don't take borrowed time for granted. I'm not sure what that one's about, but yeah. So that was one take, and then we had another take from Mango being like, this community is so whiny about all the wrong things. People want to complain about Cody being boring when in reality our second and third best players waxed 9-0 in 22 minutes. Also, Cody needs to stop trying to make more people like him. Who cares? You fucking won. And then Cody comes back and says, I don't give a fuck about people liking me besides my friends. I just don't understand tone or online or how to get any of my goddamn points across. But shut the fuck up with about Melee being boring because I'm winning, you dumb fucks. He was talking to people, not just Mango. But he said, would have loved to see if you kept this energy, but you won't because you do want to be liked, and that's why you complain about crowds and why you read every single comment online. You respond to like 10 things about how you're more likable, and if people don't like you, they don't like good Melee, which is facts. He was definitely replying to a lot. And Mango said, stop the cap, the lawyer shit don't work on me. Also never said you being really good was boring. I love that you're playing insanely well because it makes the downfall so fucking hype. Remember one thing, everyone falls at some point. So yeah, I mean, it's a good choice. I do think that everyone's kind of like, they have their own chiming in on this about Cody being boring, and even Cody is obviously having to defend himself. I think it kind of comes with the property of being a top player, is that like people just come up with stupid ideals about who you are as a person and whatnot without ever actually having a conversation with you. But on the flip, I do think a lot of Melee players are pretty boring. And that's from knowing them personally. I feel like there's not a lot going on back there besides I like Melee and that's it. I like Melee and I'm too cool to actually show emotion. So yeah, I just I definitely can understand how we got to that point of, wow, this guy's kind of boring. But I also don't think that like we should be having full-on think pieces about Cody being boring. And I will show you what I mean in 1 second. Look at this. Look at this, okay? Why did this guy write this? Drew, the unable to bull. I don't know what the fuck. He said, random thoughts on Cody. Now, he went through this whole discourse about, why Cody is boring, and he ends up talking about his relationship and how he's Jewish and like just wild shit that didn't need to be talked about. He compared Cody to, I think, sandpaper or something like that. Yeah, Cody's sandpaper while Marta was peanut butter and jelly. Anti-Semitic undercurrent in the discourse. That was kind of random and whatnot. So this prompted me to say we need to bring back bullying, because I think a lot of you are too comfortable saying dumb shit online and like not getting called out for it, right? We do need to bring that shit back, like, immediately. I think the Smash community has got to the point where like anything can be seen as like too negative and like, oh, you're toxic. Sometimes you need a little bit of toxicity because people are just walking around doing dumb shit like this, and y'all let them think it was okay. You let him think it was okay. He was like, I wrote this whole think piece out on this guy I don't even fucking know, right? Because no one bullied him enough. You know what I mean? Bullying breeds character sometimes, man. I'm not saying you need to just bully any and everybody, but some people deserve to get bullied. You know what I'm saying? You need to like let these people know this shit is not okay, and you're a fucking loser for that, bro. And honestly, that's just, society has failed him. Society has failed all of us. That's what I said. At no point should bro thought it was right and this was a good idea. That's the failure on us as a society to keep allowing weird folk to be weird without checking them. Bring it back, and bring back shame too. Because yeah, this is fucking wild. So obviously, I think he tried to get away with it. And I think some people said they couldn't find it. So I was like, word, don't even worry about it. Like, I screenshotted the whole thing. You know what I mean? You're not going to just put this on my timeline, right? And like walk away unscathed. Like, that just wasn't it. So anyway, that's the think piece that people had. I know Coney said something about this as well. Let me see if I can. He'd be tweeting. His ass be tweeting now. Hold on. How long ago did he tweet? Is it over? Are we cooked? We might be cooked. I can't find it. Whatever. He said something about it too. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the consensus is Cody, like, yeah, okay, he's a little boring, but like, that's like not the end of the world. Like, some people don't think you're a fun person. Fine. Is your melee good? Cool. Do people not like watching Perfect Fox anymore? Then they're hypocrites and just move on. Because like, honestly, the draw to melee a lot of the time for a lot of people was Falco Fox, right? For like a long time. Like, Spaceys were it. And now like, there's obviously other cool characters too. Sheik's cool, Marth's cool, like whatever. But Falcon's very cool. But a lot of the times you think of melee, you think of Fox. So a Fox playing as best as he can, that should be cool. But maybe he's playing so perfect. It's kind of like that thing where like you win so much that people are tired of watching you win. Like, remember when Leo won all the time and people would just kind of leave after grand finals because it was like, all right, well, or not after grand finals. They would just leave during grand finals because it's like, okay, whoever's playing against Leo is just going to get stomped. Congratulations to MK Leo again. So you didn't have to watch the grand finals because you knew he was going to win, right? That's probably what it's like right now with Cody. So I don't think that's weird that people might be getting tired of a 20-year-old game, but I think that like you knew what game you're signing up for. Fox would never not be number one. No random Pichu player is going to come and shake the meta. No random like Dr. Mario player is going to come and shake the meta like that. Like, we know who's the best characters in the game. And if you're watching the character be optimized to the fullest, well, you know what I mean? What can you do, bro? Grab a beer for melee. Anyway, yeah, so bottom line, I don't know. Cody can be kind of boring, but I don't think it's like the worst thing in the world. And I think, sometimes you have these lulls in your competitive meta, and then somebody else picks it up. So, yeah, I mean, moving forward from that, we also got more people complaining about controllers. Now, this has been a thing for a while. So, melee controller discourse, your $300 fob is more broken than my $300 box. Ultimate controller discourse, the guy who won Battle BC used a third-party little brother controller with the turbo button, which is only legal because the rules say we can't ban officially Nintendo or officially licensed controllers. So, he did win with that. Yeah, man, I don't know. Like, the controller discourse is kind of weird because I feel like controller modding got to the point where it is because everyone wanted OEMs, and then OEMs weren't doing well enough, but you wanted to keep the integrity of your OEMs. So we started getting notches and fobs and all this other cool stuff to help with your inputs. And now people are like, well, now you're inputting too well. And I'm like, well, wasn't that the point of what we were supposed to be doing? Like, wasn't that the whole idea, is that like we're supposed to make sure that like everything that translates from your brain translates to your hand and actually happens, so we're playing the best melee possible. So if anybody's like fighting against it now, that's a grave you dug, Like, that's a grave you dug. You know what I'm saying? If y'all wanted to stop that, y'all should have nipped it in the bud a long time ago when we first started getting some mods in there. You know, I got my controller modded, but there's nothing crazy in it. I just got fucking colors in my buttons. I got like a light up controller, and I think there's like a little anti-snapback in my stick, I think, but that's about it. Yeah, everything else is just, that's a standard ass controller. So I don't know, man. I don't really feel like that's something that should be so discussed. I don't think that anybody that you're losing to on a box automatically means that you would beat them on a controller if they had the same amount of time to practice on said controller. This guy busted out a box. The last time I entered a tournament, this guy busted out a box, and he was playing Kazuya. So I looked, he pulled out the box. I was like, oh, it's about to be over for me. This guy, he's got to be nice. First electric he threw out wasn't even electric. I won because like you weren't ready for that. You weren't ready for that fucking you weren't ready for that responsibility, bro. You weren't ready to handle the big boy box. Get back on your GameCube controller, bro. You get a box and you can't do an electric. Nah, you gotta go. So, yeah, bro. It's not always just the controller making the character actually better. You still have to practice on the controllers and get good. And when you get to a good point, cool, man. You deserve to be good. But yeah, for all these people that are being like, wow, that controller is the only reason he won. I don't believe that. Anyway, we got some. I get some slightly sadder news here within this story of this guy Sam coming over. I'm not gonna pull these things up because I think it's got some names in there and shit. But this guy Sam coming over, and I'm gonna use real names now because like the person who also like got this reported on did use real names too. But yeah, so Sam Halen. I went on vacation to the United States of America. Went to a Smash Bros event called Collision and had fun. But the last night there was an absolute shocking, some low life orchestrated sexual assault allegation set up. This is evil that you contend with in the world today. So without reading this and just paraphrasing it real quick, because I did read, well, I guess I can read it now. Let me see this one. So yeah, this it reads as such. It says Cyrus, well, the event coordinator of Collision Gaming, Cyrus, stated that he received a text message from a friend identified as Kendra Webb, the victim, which stated that she was sexually assaulted the evening at the bar at Sheraton Hotel. Cyrus advised Kendra to Kendra staying in a room 636, blah, 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 all that good stuff, right? So they did an investigation. I'm going to like paraphrase some. They found Samuel at the bar. And so they asked Kendra first, and she said, I was at the bar playing a hotel game, Tapple. We began drinking, and Sam started grabbing me. Kendra also stated he grabbed her rear end with an open palm, forcing 2 fingers over Kendra's anus over her clothing. Kendra also stated that Samuel was grabbing her breasts over her clothing. She lastly stated Samuel stuck his finger in Kendra's mouth and stated, come with me. Kendra then advised she was able to walk away from Samuel, ending her contact with him, and then went to the room, whatever. Now, next we spoke to Samuel, stated that he had met Kiki Webb at the bar this evening and shared drinks and played Tapple with she and her friend. Samuel stated that he did not touch Kendra inappropriately at any point during the interaction. Samuel further stated he's in the United States for a vacation, blah, blah, blah. So they took him for questioning, right? But then the private lieutenant stayed on the scene to watch the surveillance footage at the bar between the hours of 23:53 and 24:41. And the why is that not 0041? Never mind. It's fine. The footage observed revealed that Samuel, Kendra, and her friend sat down to play Tapple. The surveillance only shows Samuel hug Kendra as she first arrives at the table. The surveillance did not show Samuel touching Kendra in any inappropriate ways. Surveillance footage captured by BWC. So, they go there, they question him. He gets let free because obviously this was not what happened. So these are write-ups that these people wrote up of him. I'm not gonna open them up because they have names and all that good shit. And then he says, I don't know who this is. This happens to be Cat. And he said, yeah. So he goes through this long thing. He got banned in his region for a quick second, and then they unbanned him because they found out this is false. So he was like, I got to talk and play some games USA. Thankfully, some folks have common sense to seek the full story before banning anyone. So he did get to have a good time. His good time was just ruined at the end because of these false allegations. So, yeah. So that happened, and I think there's 2 ways to go about this. One, I think Kendra and anybody who corroborated the story should be banned because false allegations are as such, and that man kind of ruined that man's career. That shit kind of follows you, man. Even if it's false or true or whatever, like when you search that person up, like more often than not, that's probably what's going to show up now because so many people have searched it. So should get banned. And then yeah, the second part is about Cact and how he handles the situation. He put actually a statement out as well, so I'm gonna go find his statement too. So, you know, he said, but to be fair to this woman, what if this woman has been abused by people before and has trauma? People experience trauma often see things that aren't there due to PTSD and etc. Okay, while I think I can agree with that statement, I don't think the statement applies here because there's literally surveillance footage and 2 other people who corroborated the story. So niggas are just lying. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely feel what you're saying, that like, you know, the truth could be stretched a little bit, but when you have the footage showing that literally none of that shit happened, like, your reality is in truth, it's like that. There's no other way to actually put it. You just fucking lied. Like, there wasn't like, oh, I thought he did that. No, none of that happened at all. Like, so I don't think there's much, like, I don't think you need to know much more of that. I feel like what he has the police report, and the police report literally said in the footage, none of that happened. So like, what are you fighting against? You know what I mean? Like, this is don't you can't swap sides now. You said it. Let's be fair. Be fair for what, bro? She lied. It's on camera. Like, what? Anyway, some people just don't have points, bro. I think honestly that's just one of the things. Some people just don't have points. You know, you can't reason with everybody. That just was a bold-faced ass fucking lie, and this man's life almost got ruined for it. But we're gonna go to Cact's Twitter and see what he said, because he definitely put a message out, send us out too, if it's still here. Here we go. Earlier this week there was a detailed thread released by Cinnamon Sam regarding my involvement. I don't know why he just didn't tag him. And the incident occurred. This is my statement regarding. Please take your time to read everything fully. Earlier this week, a thread was posted regarding my involvement in the conduct situation. This occurred Sunday night at the collision 2 weeks ago. I'll be addressing all the claims below. I apologize for not speaking up earlier, as the original post had doxed his address. That's not cool. And was going to respond once it was moved. I did not consent to my address being posted and have asked for the post to be remade without it. On the night, Sunday, March 17th, I was contacted by Kiki regarding an incident that occurred the night in the bar of the Collision Hotel. Below is the text message that I received regarding the incident. So this is what she said. She got my boobs and ass grabbed tonight. Ultimate player named Sam. He's from Wales. I got away, but he stuck his finger down my throat while I was laughing, like grabbed me really hard, and it was super scary. I escaped my friend's room, hiding in the bar. Does he go by Sam Halen? I'm not sure. I know he is. Okay, so he knows. So I then called to get more information regarding, then immediately alerted the police, who were already on site. One of them went to Kiki's room, and the other one went to Sam in the bar. On Thursday, after a few days of not having heard anything from police, I got a contact with the local TOs from Sam region and explained what had occurred. So he sent all this. This is what Sam actually had a thing of. So he sent all this to be like, this is what happened. I would also note that Kiki has content made the other event as well, showing off the bruise that she said she got from Sam. So there's the bruise that she said she got from Sam. The same day, I got in touch with local TOs from Sam and had reached out to me regarding the situation. Mentioned that he contacted police for the documentation regarding what happened. On Tuesday, Sam then sent me the police report from that night, and I had got in contact again with his local TOs to rediscuss the case, as well as additional steps. Fast forward to today, where the thread in question was made. I would like to sincerely apologize to Sam Haley regarding the incident and the trauma it has caused him. I simply reported the situation to the authorities as I was told, and made the relevant parties aware of the situation. Under no circumstances was I aiming to ruin his life or lie about the information I was given. He will not be receiving any ban from the events I run, nor do I recommend anyone to enforce. I will be handling the situation with Kiki and taking appropriate measures regarding her actions. Please do not harass anyone that is involved in the situation. Thank you. So I think the only thing that really Cat really did wrong here is not wait. I think he should have just waited to actually get some more of the reports, right? Because yeah, bro, I think if all of this happened and the report corroborated this, then yeah, that man should have been thrown under the jail. But obviously none of this happened at all. And because of that, we're in the situation we're in now. We have one man who had to get all these police reports and put all these names out here. We got Cat catching strays for no reason. I think that honestly there needs to be some level of a COC again. But I know the COC had to deal with a lot of stress because every decision is always scrutinized, right? But also I just think that there's a weird area now where people call for bans too quickly. This is a bannable offense if this happened. But I've seen some offenses that definitely don't deserve to be talked about as bans. Like someone called someone a bitch after they played a game because they were angry. And then somebody's like, yeah, man, he's so toxic, he should be banned. No, he's just angry for losing. And whilst that may have hurt your feelings in the interim, unless that man's also jumping in your face or throwing controllers or whatever, this is the smallest thing that can happen at a gaming tournament, right? Now, shit like this, though, get that guy the fuck out of there, assuming that's actually what happened, right? Clearly, that's not what happened. And if we're making false claims like this, that person definitely needs some consequences as well. So, I don't know, man. If more comes out in this story and something gets proven correct, then cool. I saw somebody saying, so this was an issue of accusing the wrong person. Seems that way. Her being unsure which Sam did it, or was the entire accusation false? Separate statement addressing false accusation as a whole, and the cause and effect like this can leave behind is 100% in order. The way the situation was handled was dramatically unfair and should never happen again. An apology and a pledge to forever do better. So we got some people saying you'll be handling the situation with Kiki. It says, let me get this straight. It's fine to instant ban a guy to face IRL consequences given his charges, but you will question and use checks and balances with her accusations. So yeah, bro. We also got some Star Force name was probably one of the people that got attached to it, and they said they actually didn't. So thought you should know whoever wrote that involuntary statement seen in Sam's thread did so using the names of others uninvolved parties without their knowledge as well. Hopefully the link shows up okay. So that's crazy. So yeah, I mean, this whole thing is a mess. It's a whole mess, and I think the only resolutions I know is that like whoever made the false accusation needs consequences. I hope that Sam it still wants to play Smash and join events and stuff. But if he didn't, after dealing with some shit like this, I would definitely understand. That's just not cool. It's not cool to deal with. So, but yeah, I mean, that's a heavy story to end on. It's unfortunate, unfortunate that we had to end on that story, but that is definitely what happened. This weekend, last weekend, all that good stuff. Story's been kind of developing a little more. I was waiting for the CAC thing to come out. It came out. Decent apology. I still do think that CAC probably needs somebody else to also help him with these decisions, because you can't just be jumping to the gun like that, man. Like, especially if there was police reports involved. I think that it was better to just wait for the police report, surveillance, all that shit's going on, and you made a preemptive ban just to have to go back to unban. Like, I think we could have waited just a little longer. I don't think he could have done much in like 3 days that was going to change the course of that ban. Like, it wasn't like he went to 4 locals in those 3 days to be like, word. But now he has this thing where like it's known that he was banned and then unbanned, probably put on the wiki, how it is, and all that shit's gonna kind of follow him, at least in his Smash career. So hey, Sam, keep your head up, and everybody else watching this, leave me your thoughts below on any of the things you heard in this video. Make sure you leave a like, follow, subscribe, all those things that you can do on any of these channels on Twitch and or YouTube. And we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.